Welcome to part 3 of Figures of Speech. Let's do some more literary devices. Here we have some examples. Known secret, orderly confusion, deafening silence, confirmed rumor, awfully nice. Now, don't you think all these are contradictory, quite opposite? Like in the first one, if it is known to all, then how come it's a secret? Similarly, if there is order, if there is discipline, then how can there be chaos, confusion? Deafening. If something is deafening, quite noisy, then how come there be silence? Okay. This is what oxymoron, our next figure of speech, is. It is a figure of speech in which two words with totally opposite meaning are used together intentionally, means deliberately, for getting some special effect. And here we can see one more example. Stop, keep moving, right? Two opposite things are said together. It's always good to keep enhancing our knowledge, and here we have the word oxymoron is an oxymoron itself. In Greek, it translates to sharp, dull. Next we have antithesis. Now what do you mean by antithesis? Anti means opposite. Thesis means ideas, thoughts. So what is antithesis? Let's understand with an example. Let me be rich and weary. Weary means tired. It is believed that rich can easily afford servants, so they may not get tired. So what is antithesis? When two words with opposite ideas are joined by a conjunction, then that is our antithesis. But in the case of oxymoron, there is no conjunction. This is the only difference between antithesis and oxymoron. And in antithesis, we can also get a comma in place of any conjunction. Here we have one more example. Be selfish but good. Here, but is a conjunction, and selfish and being good are two opposite things. Let's read the stated examples. 2 and 2 make 4. No stir in the air, no stir in the sea. So you can see that words have been repeated. This is what our next figure of speech, repetition, is. In this figure of speech, a word or a phrase is repeated in the same sentence, in the same verse. Next we have anaphora. Let's read the given example. Learning is everything. Learning is magical. Learning is life. So here you can see the two words learning is are repeated in consecutive sentences and consecutive lines. So this is what anaphora is. It is a repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses or sentences. We can have some more examples. Now here, people of the world look at Berlin. Look at Berlin were Germans and Americans. Look at Berlin were the determination. Look at Berlin were the bullet holes. People of the world, look at Berlin. Now in this you can see the repetition of look at Berlin at the beginning of consecutive verses. I hope this point is clear. Now, what is the difference between repetition and anaphora? In repetition, a word is repeated in the same verse, whereas in anaphora, we see the repetition in successive or consecutive verses or lines. I hope this point is clear. Here we have another example. Before you hurt, feel. Before you hate, love. Before you quit, try. Before you die, live. So Shakespeare, the greatest dramatist of English literature, has given us a very good example of anaphora. Students, let's read this given example. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. So you can easily notice the letter N which has been highlighted. Nodded, nearly, napping. So here repetition of consonant sound we have, which is alliteration. Now students, you need to be very in this example. She sells seashells by the seashore. Now at a glance, you may think that your alliteration is used in all the words, but it is not so. Though all the words except by and the start with S, but they don't give the same sound. Let us understand. Now she, here we have SH sound, sh sound. And the next word sells, here we have S, sound. Similarly, C, we have S sound. And again, shells, we have SH, sh. And then again C, and then we have shore, shore, shore also gives us sh, sh sound. So here we have alliteration in she, shells and shore. This is one pair, and then we have cells, C and C. Now we can have the definition. The repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of two or more words in a line of poetry is alliteration. Students, you need to keep in mind that we do consider sound and not the written letters. We consider consonant sounds in case of alliteration, though in definition here it is mentioned the repetition of consonants or sounds, but it should be the repetition of consonant sounds. I hope this point is clear. We can take one more example mentioned here. The trees swayed shyly in the summer breeze. Now swayed and shyly. Sway, shy, summer. You can understand sounds used here. Here we have alliteration in first and the third words because both words start with S, sound, but not in shyly, the second, as that gives us sh, sh sound. I hope this point is clear. Let's move to the last one. Students, let's begin with the given example. The cat ran after the alligator. I'll be taking only this part. Students, here you can that we have highlighted all the vowels used here. This is what our assonance is. Assonance is repetition of vowel sound throughout a sentence, phrase, paragraph, or entire piece of writing. A, E, I, O, U. These are our vowel sounds. I hope this point is clear, and again we are concerned with sound and not with the written letter. I hope this point is clear. Here we have another example. Lake, fate, base, fade. You can see all these words share the long A sound. So assonance is repeated vowel sounds in a line or lines of poetry which often create a near rhyme. And here we have the last example. Patience always pays. So repeated vowel sounds in nearby words is known as assonance. I hope you have understood the difference between alliteration and assonance. Assonance is repetition of vowel sounds, whereas alliteration considers consonant sounds. Thank you for watching.